Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we're going to do an improvisation on Mary Had a Little Lamb. So let's come over to the piano and get started with our improvisation. Okay, for this improvisation we're going to use the same notes we used for Mary Had a Little Lamb, which you'll remember we're in the E major pentascale. So we have Do right here on E, and then Re, Mi on F sharp and G sharp. And this song actually didn't use Fa, so we're going to say in this improvisation, we're not going to use Fa, but we will use So, which is up on this B. So these are the four notes we'll use for the improvisation. All right, so for Mary Had a Little Lamb, let's just brainstorm some ideas together for our improvisation. So instead of Mary had a little lamb, we could do something like Mary had a little lamb. Or what if Mary had something different? We could be like, Mary had a dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur. Or maybe Mary's gonna be late to school. Mary was late to school one day. Ah! Or what if you don't want to even make it about Mary, you could just talk about something that you like. Maybe your favorite color could be like, I like red, I like red, I really like red, yeah. There are so many different ways you could improvise with this, but think of some words that you want to improvise with, and again, it could be the same words that we already used for Mary Had a Little Lamb, but you're just going to make up your own notes now. Now what I'd like you to do is press pause and practice on your own doing some improvisation in the E major pentascale. Use words and sing out loud as you play, and that will help give you ideas for your playing. The words can be whatever you like. It could be the same words as Mary Had a Little Lamb, or make up your own, like I showed you. Then when you're ready, press play and we'll try improvising together. Today we're going to be trying a new improvisation technique called trading twos. In trading twos, what we'll do is I'll take a turn playing two measures and then you'll take a turn playing two measures of improvisation. It will be kind of like we're having a conversation with each other. Now, in any good conversation, you'll know that it's important to listen to the other person and to not interrupt them while they're talking. So, we'll take turns, and while I'm playing, you're going to listen, and then whatever I play, what you play will have something to do with what I said. Like in a good conversation, if I say, hey, what did you have for breakfast? And you said, oh, about 24 or 25. Well, that didn't really make sense to my question. A more appropriate answer would be, oh, I had waffles. So the same thing goes for music. In an improvisation, whatever I play will affect what you play because you're going to be listening. Not that you have to copy what I play, but it should somehow respond. So it sounds like our notes are talking to each other and having a conversation. Now let's come over to the piano and see which notes are going to sound good with which chords for our improvisation. Okay, for this improvisation, I'm going to be providing some accompaniment in my left hand, and you don't have to worry about this part. You're just going to be playing the improvisation in your right hand. But down here, I'm going to be giving us either a 1 chord, which will sound like this, or a 5 chord, which will sound like this. All right, now your job is to keep track of which chord I'm using so your improvisation will fit. Okay, so let's practice. Speak out loud what you hear. Either say 1 or 5, depending on what you hear. Ready, go. 1. 1. 5. 1. Good. Now, this time try it with your eyes closed. See if you can hear when I shift to the 5 chord and say it out loud. Okay? Just use your ears. Close your eyes and say 1 or 5. I'm going to start on the 1 chord. Ready, go. Good. Could you hear where I shifted from the 1 chord to the 5 chord? If you couldn't quite hear it, go back and try it a few more times until you can hear the shift. Okay, let's take a look at how we can add an improvisation over those two different chords. When I'm playing the one chord, there are certain notes that will sound better than others. Just like we talked about at our last lesson, do, mi, and so will sound best with the one chord. So my improvisation will center around those notes. For example, now, you notice I used mostly mi and do in that particular example. You can use re, but it will be used kind of as an embellishment or a passing note. You could be kind of like this. Kind of like at the start of Mary Had a Little Lamb. We just kind of pass through re, but we're not going to sit there because that would sound a little awkward. So if we hang out on that note, it doesn't quite fit with this chord. But see, if just passing through does sound okay. Now when we're on the 5 chord, do you remember which notes sound best? So if I'm on this chord, now do doesn't sound good. Do you notice that? But if I go up to re, re sounds great with the 5 chord, and so does so. So those two notes would be good choices when we're on the 5 chord. Now again, you can use the other notes, but they'll just kind of be passing through, or you can go back and forth like. Now let's try some trading twos. I don't expect this to be perfect on your first try. I mess up all the time when I improvise, but the great thing about improvising is you're just listening, you're experimenting, and if you don't like the note you're playing, just go to the next one. And the important thing is to listen and to have fun experimenting with sounds. Okay, let's trade some twos. I'll go first. Great job. You can practice that as many times as you want. Just rewind and keep practicing until you get comfortable trading twos. The last thing I'd like to try today is doing an improvisation with Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I'll provide accompaniment for you and you'll play the melody, then improvise, and we'll play the melody one last time. This will be similar to the same accompaniment that you can download as part of our complete materials on the practice CD. Okay, let's give it a try. All right, with your right hand in the E major pentascale, let's get ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now improvise. Now, main melody. Great job improvising with Mary Had a Little Lamb. Go back and practice it as many times as you like and have lots of fun making up your own sounds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, it actually looks like a nice giant lamb. You know, just seeing that big furry guy makes me want to laugh. Makes me want to play. Yeah, playtime. Come on guys, jump on. Ready, jump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, easy.
Nice.